Okay, you guys finished? Can I start? Can I start? Yeah, exactly. Can I start? Do you want me to start? Okay, I'll start. Nah, I'm not in the mood. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't the country section, is it? Oh, yeah. Almost forgot I'm not playing country. You know, I really wanted to do the country thing, but they wouldn't let me. I wanted to be the guitar weasel. No, can't be the guitar weasel. So I gotta be the riff ninja. So my name's Colin Daniel, and I'm now the riff ninja. You know, and you gotta pay the bills somehow around here. So the riff ninja's gonna pay the bills. And this is a lesson, if you haven't figured it out. It's a lesson on how not to end up being a musician, because if somebody calls you a riff ninja instead of the guitar weasel, you're going to get upset. And you know what? You never make enough money for enough pizza and beer, and that's another problem I got. But anyways, okay, I'll get over this. It's just one of those things, right? Riff ninja. Okay, I'm the riff ninja. Yeah, I got to get that into my head. One more time. I'm the riff ninja. My name's Colin Daniel. Or is it the other way around? My name's Colin Daniel, and I work for the Riff Ninja. Something like that. Anyways, you'll figure it out. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be a guitar lesson. Right. Okay, don't forget, you got to have a pick. Once you got that and a guitar, you're really happening. This is the intro to Smoke on the Water, which is also known as Slow Motion Walter, Fire Engine Guy. We'll get into an explanation of that later. There's alternate lyrics for this tune, depending on how many beers you've had. But it's Smoke on the Water, Deep Purple. You know, Deep Purple, Ritchie Blackmore. That was a pretty cool band way back in the 70s. Actually, that was my first concert. And what did they play? Smoke on the Water, of course. And there was a lot of smoke happening, but it wasn't cigarette smoke. Anyways, I was way up in the top of the bleachers, and I was still getting high, and I didn't smoke any of it. But they played Smoke on the Water. There was no water, but there was lots of smoke. Anyways, this is a very misinterpreted riff. The first thing that happens is you get the old 5-year-old kid that learns this. And usually it's in the wrong key too, like they'll play it starting in E or F or whatever. But this is actually the right key what I just played this in. These are actually the roots, just on one string. But it's not the way it was really played. We're going to teach you how it was really played, and I'll give you a couple of options too if you struggle with it. You can learn the single notes first, the roots, just to relate to them. There's probably like 10 different places to play it on your guitar, but I'm going to show you the other thing you got to understand is any of these riffs that you learn from anybody, including me or anybody else, there's a certain amount of interpretation that comes out of it, because unless they knew Ritchie Blackmore from Deep Purple personally, there's no way they're going to know exactly how he played it. Although I've watched some of his video footage and I've got a pretty good idea of what he did. But it is a really misinterpreted riff. We'll go over the notes right now really slowly, and I'll just show you the root notes. If you're going to play it on one string and you want to be the one-string guitar hero, go ahead, be my guest. It starts on the 3rd fret when your guitar is tuned in standard pitch, and it's a G. Then it goes to the minor 3rd, which is B flat, and then it goes up, all the way up to the C. So it goes. That's your first, what I call phrase or grouping. Second phrase, it's got a flatted 5th in it. I did a lesson on that. You'll have to check that out first, then if you want to know what the flatted 5th is. So the second phrase goes G. Now the flatted 5th, which is, you can either call it, technically you should call it D flat, but you could call it C sharp or D flat. And then C right after it. So now the two groups go G, B flat, C, that's your first group. Second group is G, B flat, C sharp or D flat, and then C. Together it sounds like this. Okay, then the third phrase repeats what you did for the first one. It just goes back to the G, B flat, C. And then there's one more, the closing part of it. B flat and G. That's the whole riff, at least the roots. So you can look like a hero in about 5 minutes if you want to do that. Or you can go to the next step and you can learn what scale it comes out of, and then I can show you what they really did. The next step would be to move it into a better scale position where you can reach most of the notes with one hand position, and this is the way I played if I was going to play the single notes. I'd play G here, B flat on the 5th string, 1st fret, C on the 5th string, 3rd fret, so it goes like this now. Okay, now that you got that, if you're real slick, you can play it in power chords, the 1 and 5. And I see a lot of people doing this. You can, again, you can slide it up on the one group of strings. You can go like, use the 6th and 5th string and just go G, B flat, C, G, B flat, C sharp, C, G, B flat, C, B flat, G. Okay? So you can do that. I moved it so that I cross strings. But the real way it was done was they flipped the notes around. It's called inversion, meaning you flip the notes around. Instead of playing a G here and a D here, they play the D here and the G here. And that substitutes this. So what they did was instead of playing 1 and 5, they play an inverted 4th. So this becomes the G, this becomes the B flat, this becomes the C, and this is your flatted 5th, your C sharp. So now you put them in the same order I showed you at the beginning. G, so D, B flat, C, D, B flat, C sharp, C, D, B flat, C, B flat, G. Now I don't do it in this lame fingering. I just use the flats on my fingers and it ends up sounding like this. I'm muting the other strings. I'm using the bottom part of my finger here to kind of catch the other strings so they don't sound out. In the end it sounds like this. One more trick. Instead of playing G here, you can play it open. I've seen Ritchie Blackmore play it open on the 4th and 3rd string instead of playing it closed like I do on the 5th and 4th. That's up to you, whatever you find easier. I can do it this way too. After that, you're a rock star. Okay, this is the Riff Ninja signing out because it's pizza time. Beer too. All right, man. Happy riffing. Later.